Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And in case you didn't see the thumbnail, we are reviewing the film David today. It's the one of the most recent animated films of David, and it was the one that came out in theaters, which is usually rare for a biblical film. Usually, this is something that would go straight to DVD. But let me tell you, it delivers on a cinematic experience, which is something I did not expect from this movie. In fact, my expectations were about like down here, below what you can see on the screen. And I hate to say it, but this is going to be some brutal honesty. Most Christian films, they suck. They're basically there to drain the wallet of their Christian viewers. That's it. It's basically just to make more money, to keep going, to be so they can just keep making more money. There's usually no love in it, no passion, no feeling, nothing that makes you feel any different. Basically, usually going into a Christian film, I expect these type of things: bad acting, bad storytelling, stale everything. The whole film is just ugly to look at. It's nothing special. You're not looking at a normal movie. And so, yeah, your expectations are usually on the ground. There are good Christian films out there. Don't get me wrong, there are some amazing Christian films out there, but there's not a lot. I'd say 9 out of 10 times a Christian movie is usually hot garbage. And so whenever I went into this movie, I expected hot garbage. I usually don't trust Christian film reviewers because sometimes they'll praise a movie just for being a Christian film, and on that alone, they will give it like a 10 out of 10. No, this is going to be an honest review of my honest thoughts, and I honestly can say this is a pretty good movie. So without further ado, let's get to the rough part of the video because I love to end on a high note. We're going to kick it off with the negatives of the film. So I only think there's two major negatives. Well, one major negative, one minor negative with this movie. The major negative is the songs are forgettable as heck. I cannot tell you a single song from that movie right now. I watched it 20 minutes ago. I don't remember a thing song wise. I remember the story really well. The story's great. And it's not like the music's bad, by the way. The music makes you feel what you're supposed to in the moment, it makes you feel that emotion. But the second the song ends, you forget what the song even was. The tune doesn't stick in your head. None of the lyrics. I can't, like I said, can't name a song, can't tell you what just played 20 minutes ago. The songs themselves, not memorable. They're not bad, they just don't stick with you. So overall, that's like the big negative. The small negative is I had with this movie that I had with K-pop Demon Hunters, which I'm going to get to when I review that one. But if you watch K-pop Demon Hunters, the movie ends and you feel like you're missing something. At least most of the audience I know walked away with that. I walked away with that. I feel like there's some bits of the story that we didn't get. And you get the same thing with David. Whenever I watch David, like I know there's parts we didn't get with what they tell. They tell the rise of David and the fall of Saul. And now they don't tell the later half of David's life, and I agree with that. I'm going to get to that in a moment. But overall, I feel like the story's told very well. It's told perfectly. Even though I feel like I'm missing something, I don't know how to wrap around my brain to this concept. I feel like I'm missing just a little bit there, but I can't name what I'm missing. I want more, maybe because I enjoyed it so much. I think because I loved this movie so much, I wanted more movie. And that's like I said, not a major negative, but it's just a minor one. But I honestly think you're going to get that too if you watch this movie. Like I said, not a major negative, but a minor one for me. Like I said, overall, it's a great film, and I can't wait to get to the positives. So let's get to it. Okay, and now it's time for the positives, and I gotta say, there's a lot. Um, this has probably hit my top 20 animated movies of all time for me personally, and I did not expect that walking into this movie at all. And like, I just watched it 20 minutes ago, and I want to watch it again. It had me so engaged to a story I've heard thousands of times. It felt brand new. It felt like I was breathing a breath of fresh air for the first time. I was so engaged that I forgot I could pause a movie to get up and get a drink of water. Like I was like parched, and I was just like did not want to leave because I didn't want to miss a single second. I've heard this story thousands of times since I was yay big to yay big. It was just so powerful. I didn't know you could tell a story that you heard over and over again this good. It's very rare that a film comes along that I feel this strongly about, and this is one of those rare moments. I mean, whenever I watched it, I was just thinking like, wow, I'm probably never going to see animated film like this ever again. It was incredible. I mean, if you love the story of David, if you love biblical stories, you need to check this out. If you love animated films and want to see a really good animated film, you need to check this out. There is no exception to it. It is so good and so well done. Like I said, first things first, animation is gorgeous. I never seen clothes so well animated. I mean, they probably spent a lot of time on those clothes. Um, Not only that, but just the visual storytelling. Like, the, I'm not sure. Do you call that cinematography? I think you call it cinematography. I know you call it for live action films, but the animated cinematography. There you go. Basically, every other shot feels like it could be a poster shot. I mean, the standoff between Saul and David, the standoff between David and Goliath, the death of Goliath, it is so beautiful. And every time you watch it, you feel like as you're going through it, you just feel so engaged. Your brain feels so enlightened, and you feel like the movie is around you. This is one of those movies that I am right now kicking myself in the butt that I did not go and see in theaters. One movie that I know other people like, in my own opinion, I feel like if I watched Godzilla minus one at home and not in theaters, I would slap myself in the face. This is one of those movies that I'm slapping myself in the face, like basically, because I did not see it in theaters and I had chances to. There were nights where like, hey, we can go see a movie. I was like, nah, we're just gonna stay home. And now I'm regretting it so much because this movie, by the way, the sound design makes you feel so like in the film. Everything just does its job so well. And like I said, I wish I could have saw this in theaters. I wish I would have seen this in theaters. And I'm right now kicking myself in the butt because I didn't see it in theaters. So if you're a fan of David, if not a fan of David, if you're a fan of great animated movies, watch this film. Well, now time. I guess we're just gonna go to my overall thoughts because, like, as you know, as I just explained to you, I loved everything in this movie. I, like I said, I didn't really have any complaints. It was so good. The plot is done so well. Like I said, they do not have the last half of David, and I feel like that's okay because they were trying to tell a certain story about David, and they did that perfectly. They told what was needed to be told and left the rest for either another movie or just for parents to discuss with their children or later, or just for you as an adult, if you watch this by yourself, to go read on your own. But overall, it's an incredible film. We're just going to move on to my final thoughts and call it a night, or for you, a morning. For me, it's nighttime, so we're going to call it a night. All right, everybody, time for my final thoughts on the film. And overall, I'm giving this thing a 9 out of 10. It's not a lot I give movies 9 out of 10s. Maybe on this channel I do, but I need to watch more bad movies if that's the case. But overall, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Definitely in my top 20 animated films. It is just such a gorgeous film. I loved it so much, and I want to see it more and more and more. It's going to be one of those that's on my regular watching routine for movies in general. And I really hope you enjoy it as much as I do if you decide to watch it. And if you don't decide to watch it, I'm honestly going to say it. It's your loss, not mine. But please watch this movie. If you did watch it, leave in the comments what you thought about it. And besides that, have a great night, everybody, or a great morning or afternoon. And if you are on the toilet, it's time to wipe. I'm Roman Ritchie, and this has been a random Ritchie review.